us through what your experience was on that flight on Tuesday?
Yeah, for about maybe like 5 to 10 minutes into the flight, we're flying, and I just heard a boom. The whole plane shook. I feel like something had just like exploded in the back of the plane. Um, couldn't really tell what it was. There was we were all looking around trying to figure out what was going on, and I immediately got scared as shit because I hate flying in general, and it didn't sound good. So just trying to figure out what was going on, and after a little bit, I immediately got to texting my mom and sister, my dad, just kind of saying like, yo, this could be it. Like, we hit something the plane's not right. We're in the air. I can still see the ground. Don't know what's going on. I don't know what's about to happen. But like, I love you guys. And, just that thought is one of the scariest feelings I've ever had in my life. Just not really knowing what's going to happen next. And, you got to give the pilots credit. They handled the situation. The pilots and the stewardess, the flight attendants, sorry, credit. They were really calm and really professional in their job and how they handled the situation. Because if that was me, I don't know how professional or how calm I would be. So I give them credit. But there was a point where you just thought like this could be it. And I think and the fact that it was kind of out of your control. So you're kind of just watching it all go down, and you really don't know what's going to happen next, and telling everybody that you love them, and you don't know if that's the last time you're going to be able to say that. Really puts life and everything in perspective for you.
Next up, Eric Walden, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, just given, what a terrifying situation that was, and given that, you've acknowledged in the past that you're not a huge fan of flying to begin with, how do you kind of deal with knowing that, you've got a whole bunch of flights to go the rest of the season? Does that kind of change your thinking on anything?
I know I have a job to do. I understand that comes with the job, and I took the time that I needed to kind of just mentally get myself in a good place. I'll be fine come Sunday. I think we fly out, or what is Sunday or Monday? But I just needed that day mentally. It was just a full day for me where it's like I can't make that trip. Not for a game. And like I said, some things are just bigger than the game of basketball itself, and that right there was it for me. Everybody kind of has their different things. Mine happens to be flying, as y'all know, and I've never had a situation like that. I've had bad turbulence days, but I've never had a situation like that, and that really was one of for me. I just needed to take that time because it just wasn't sitting right with me to go on the trip. And my teammates and my coaches and everybody respected that, and I appreciate the support. But I understand, like I said, I have a job to do. I can't pull a John Madden and drive everywhere, much as I would love to. I can't, I understand I got to do that. And, I've calmed down, and I'll be good should be good, at least I think, for the rest of the season.
Kristen Kenny, Jazz TV.
Hey, Don, I just feel for you, man. Sorry you guys went through that, but glad everyone's okay. And moving forward, this team is just, you guys have been so dominant lately, in particular at home. Why is that? What do you think attributes to that success at home?
I think just taking care of business as a whole. I think, to be honest with you, playing in front of fans is great. It gives you an extra motivation in general, whether we're playing away in front of fans or at home in front of fans. I think having them in the arena, feeling the support, or on the flip side, feeling, the boos and the chants against you, I think that just creates the level of competition and it heightens it. I think it definitely is a factor. Got to give the fans credit, but as a whole, we just come in there and understand we got to take care of the home floor by any means necessary. We just got to go out there and take advantage of the home court advantage we have, and lock in and focus on the little details that have gotten us to this point.
Andy Larson, Salt Lake Tribune.
Don, I'm curious. I know you watch other teams around the league and a lot of basketball, and I'm curious what you think of kind of Denver's move to go get Aaron Gordon, the Lakers' move to get Drummond, kind of some of the ways that the other Western Conference contenders have improved over, in the trade deadline buyout period, and kind of what your thoughts are on how, kind of your competition stacks up.
It's I think, before I'll start with Denver, I guess they got a great player in Aaron Gordon. He's athletic. He can obviously score the ball. They don't really need more scoring, but he's a guy that can come in there and also defend, the bigger guards in the Western Conference as well. When you lose Torrey Craig and Jeremy Grant, definitely a piece that they can definitely use to help guard the bigger wings throughout the playoffs and such. As far as the Clippers getting Rondo, that's huge. It's a huge mental component of the game. Obviously, a leader in the locker room, knowing tendencies, knowing what guys are going to go up against. I think that's big time for them. The Lakers getting Drummond, you get an athletic big who can be up in the pick and roll, can also be back and protect the rim. I think that's something that teams have gone and saw ways that they can get better, and not really being, satisfied where they're at. And I think it's kudos to them, but I'm not really, I don't think none of us are really focused on their moves. They made moves that fit them, but we got to go out there and do what we do. At the end of the day, we control what we can control. Doesn't matter who's out there, doesn't matter who teams go get. We got to go out there and just compete. Everybody, can talk about who got who and who's going where. But at the end of the day, we're focused on the 15 guys in this locker room, how we can control that and how we can go out there and continue to build, because as great as it is to be in first place right now, won't mean anything in a month and a half. Everything goes back to being 0-0. And, we start from the bottom again. We start from scratch, I should say. And that's what we're focused on.
Sarah Todd, Deseret News.
Donovan, it's kind of an off the beaten path question, but I think that you actually tweeted about the kid Davion Mitchell, who wears number 45 at Baylor.
Yeah.
Have you what has been your, what do you know about that situation, and is that just kind of a funny coincidence to you, or what do you know?
Yeah. Well, actually, that's what you said. I spoke to him, talked to him yesterday, believe it or not. I've been speaking to him throughout this process, just little, nothing crazy, just like good luck or keep doing your thing and little things like that. But we had a conversation yesterday, and, he's a good kid. It's crazy that his birthday is 2 days before mine. I know he's 2 years younger than me, but it's 2 days before mine, which I think is the craziest part about it all. But he's a competitor, man. He should win Defensive Player of the Year. But he's a guy that I look at him and I see so many different things in myself in college and so many things that he can get better at that he has no idea yet either. And I think that's the coolest part. Everybody knows that he can defend and can do so many different things, but he's shooting the ball well off the dribble, getting his teammates involved, and just being a leader as a whole, understanding that, he could shoot the ball every time, but he defers and finds ways to get everybody involved collectively. Obviously, they have Jared Butler down there too, who's really talented. But he's a guy that just goes out and leads his team by example every game and every night out. And I found that inspiring. But I think it's pretty cool that, to see a guy, same number, almost the same name, almost the same birthday, just kind of looking up to me in a sense. I think that's for me, that's what it's all about. Playing the game is great, but just being able to inspire anyone that I can, being able to have that conversation with him yesterday. I won't share what we talked about, but just being able to have that convo, I think was big for him, but also big for me, because it was just really cool to have that moment. And hopefully down the line, we'll keep in touch and hopefully he gets out there and wins a national championship.
Does he wear the number because of you?
I didn't ask him. I've been told yes, but I didn't want to just be like, yo, do you wear this because of me? I think that's a weird question, but I believe so. If not, then it's just a dope number anyway. So, and that's another coincidence, I guess. But, the fact that, he's asking me questions upon questions that I know I've asked players in my position, when I was in his position, I think I see a lot of that, like myself in that, when he's asking these questions, when he's going through that process. And I think that's what's pretty special.
Next up, Niall Campbell, UtahJazz.com.
If he was born in 96, that would have been really weird.
That would have been crazy for sure.
For sure. Just, as you were reflecting on the events that took place this week, other than this being your job, what are the factors that push you forward and inspire you to play tonight?
I think the biggest thing, obviously, my family. My mom came out; she's here, and my sister, my pops. I got a great support system outside of just the team and the organization. I got it. So since I've had that since I was young, and at the end of the day, God's got me, I'm a big believer in that. I'm here for a reason. It wasn't my time. It wasn't our time as a group. Which made me have a bigger purpose and bigger things to accomplish in life, not just the game of basketball. And I think that's really it is. And my job is to continue to be who I am on and off the floor, continue to inspire, continue to lead these guys. And that's really what it is. You kind of just have to leave it up to God. For me, that's my biggest thing. I leave it up to him. And, I'm here for a reason. And that's kind of my focus. This is here, I'm here, and let's go out there and be the best Donovan I can be on a day-to-day basis, whether it's with my family, my friends, on the team, on the court. Just be the best me that I can be day by day, because that's really what I was able to take away from these events, is just trying to be the best you, and just be loving and never take any moment for granted. And I never do, but it reassures me and gives you those moments where it's like, look, like, even more so, more than you even, I have been doing. And I think that's just really my motivation going forward.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Donovan. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.